It is the radio segment that really likes solid eye contact and a firm handshake. Laser Stories, the segment where we read weird news stories from around the globe just like everybody else does, except we have a laser and those other idiots don't. This first laser story is out of Waukesha, Wisconsin. The cops got into a high-speed chase with a woman last week where she was going 85 miles an hour through construction zones.
Ooh. Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's going to be at least a ticket.
She actually got away, but then she ditched her car and ran. The cops found a cell phone in the car belonging to a 37-year-old woman named Diana Warchel. They also found a receipt from Walgreens, and they reviewed the security footage from the store and saw a woman who looked like Diana. But when they went to her house, she said it wasn't her.
What?
Yeah, she'd driven her car to Walgreens. She left her cell phone in the car, but she wasn't driving in the chase.
Okay.
Diana said someone who looks exactly like her must have stolen her car and gotten into that chase with police. And she said it happens to her all the time. People always get her mixed up with other female criminals.
I have one of those faces, you know? Crazy. I just look like every other female criminal out there.
For some reason, the cops didn't buy her doppelganger car thief story, and Diana was arrested and charged with attempting to flee, and she could get up to 3.5 years in prison. But Diana says she's going to fight the charges and hopes police use every resource to find the real person who took her car.
Stick to your story, Diana.
Right?
It's like a really low-budget version of The Fugitive, if you ever saw that. This next laser story is out of Warren, Ohio. A 44-year-old guy named Robin Garlock was in his home the other night, minding his own business, when suddenly he was shot.
Oh my God!
You say shot?
Shot or shock?
Shot.
Oh my God.
After some good detective work, police figured out what happened, and the culprit was none other than his Maytag oven.
A whole lot to me.
Yeah.
His oven shot him. The oven was real upset at that bad dinner he made. Like, what's going on?
Well, apparently earlier in the night, there were some kids coming to the house, so Robin put his loaded gun in the oven to hide it from them. Wonderful place to put a loaded gun.
Yeah, I mean, good intentions, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, they're not going to cook anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, his girlfriend didn't know that he'd put the gun in the oven, so she turned on the oven to do a little baking.
Oh, no.
And when the gun got hot enough, the bullet inside exploded.
Kapooyah! Kapooyah!
He opened the oven to try to get it out, and when he did, he got hit by a bullet in each of his shoulders.
Ouch.
And Robin was taken to the hospital for treatment, and the cops questioned him because it sounded suspicious. But they say the evidence really does back up his story.
Wow.
He's just guilty of being kind of an idiot.
Okay,
man.
let's talk about maybe getting a gun safe, buddy.
Yeah.
Who needs one of those when you got an oven?
Yeah, right?
This next laser story is out of Tokyo, Japan. A woman named Masako Wakamiya, I don't know, that's probably not the right way to say it, but Masako Wakamiya
It's a good effort.
learned to code a little over a year ago and released a successful iPhone game called Hinadan.
Cool.
And here's the kicker. She is 82 years old.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Can you imagine if your grandma knew how to code?
Her game is intended for older people who are interested in traditional Japanese culture. It's basically a memorization game where you dress up little ornamental dolls and you have to put them in the right spot. So it might not be cool by a teenager's standards, but so far, over 50,000 people have downloaded her app in the past year.
Hey,
That's not a bad market.
No,
Well, there's
senior
a
citizens?
lot of old people
dude,
out there,
someone's
man.
got to create like a knitting app. Oh, man.
There are knitting apps.
There are?
Yeah,
You know?
no, there are. My mother-in-law's like, check this one out. There's a lot of great how-tos. You have to pay for a lot of these things, too.
She recently did an interview where she talked about how learning new things is important as you get older, and she says she has more gaming app ideas in the works, including one about an old tourist who needs to find a bathroom before they have an accident in their pants.
I like that one.
Relatable.
That does sound
Yeah.
fun, actually.
Oh my God, get him to that restroom.
This next laser story is out of Seattle. 2 men and a woman went into a guitar center the other day and stole a $1,600 guitar.
Wow.
Then they ran outside and hopped into 2 separate cars with the guys driving. But for some reason, they decided to start racing each other. Even
Are you
though
kidding me?
there was really no reason to do that.
Oh, man.
And it was rush hour traffic, so there wasn't a lot of room to maneuver either. And the worst part was they only made it 3 blocks before they crashed right into each other.
I I hope the guitar didn't get messed up in the crash.
Apparently, that made them really mad at each other, too, because one of the crooks pulled out a machete
Oh my god.
on the other one, and the other guy responded by pulling a gun.
Okay, well,
Oh.
The cops got there before things could escalate more. All three of them were arrested. No word on the guitar, but we're hoping it was not injured in the standoff.
I never see anything cool like that happen in traffic.
It'd be awesome if the cop got in between them with that guitar and just started shredding, and the guys were just like, they gave up because of his musical talents.
Yeah.
This next laser story is out of New York City. A fashion company called Alfie just teamed up with the makers of Crocs to make, you guessed it, luxury Crocs.
Double rainbow. Oh my God.
Finally, what we've all been waiting for.
And the ones that stand out are a pair of white Crocs with tube socks built in.
Oh my
Ooh,
god.
Cool.
I feel
Yeah.
like every year right now is like there's a new Croc creation where they're trying to make it happen. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think so. They also sell for $140, by the way.
Luxury for
Crocs.
sure.
They go on sale in 2 weeks at alfienewyork.com.
Ooh.
But you can simulate the Crocs with socks look right now for a lot less. You just get a pair of Crocs and then a pair of tube socks. Probably.
wow.
Cost you
Bingo.
That's
10
how it
bucks
works,
maybe
yeah.
total. The owners, though, hope that you don't have Crocs with tube socks and instead have a lot of just money laying around so you can buy ridiculous looking shoes.
Yeah. Well, you know, rich people are like, ooh, what are these?
This
Tube
next
socks.
laser story is out of the spelling world. The National Spelling Bee is over, so it's the perfect time to remember just how bad we all are at spelling compared to those kids.
Oh, yeah.
And Google just released the most commonly misspelled word in every state this year based on how many people Googled how to spell, followed by the word.
Dude, my spelling has gotten so bad.
Really?
Yeah, I
Like,
used to actually be really good at it.
Me too. I used to be pretty good. I can't spell bad anymore. I swear. I have to like wait for spell check to
Everything
check me
is,
out.
Yeah, spell check.
The most common misspelled word is beautiful.
Oh, I got that one down.
That was in 11 states. That's the most common
Okay.
misspelled word. The second most common misspelled word is resume. It's the number one in 3 states. The words that are the most misspelled in at least 2 states are sincerely, canceled, and schedule.
Canceled because it's like 1 L or 2 L's. That's
Exactly.
always the hard one.
Totally.
I'm surprised definitely didn't make the list.
Yeah, I always
Definitely.
spell defiantly.
Yeah, people
I
are always
mess up
defiantly or
the
at an E where I should be.
Yeah.
Definitely is a big one that
I
people
don't
misspell,
know
I think.
anymore. I can't tell which way it goes once you guys said that.
I just say deaf. I don't
Receipt,
know.
dude.
Yeah, just shorten every
Yeah.
word now.
Deaf.
No
Yeah.
matter what you're doing,
Yeah.
whenever you're writing anything, like an email to somebody and you don't know that, just shorten everything.
Even beautiful. All right,
Yeah.
BU.
Yeah,
Yep.
BEA.
Looking
You
beautiful.
looking emoji.
Yeah, hot.
There you
You
go.
look hot. Yeah, just start using 3-letter words. It's a lot easier. Speaking of somebody who doesn't really care about his spelling because he doesn't need to spell, all he has to do is hump that shoe. That's the sound of a turtle humping a shoe, which means that Laser Stories has come to an end for the day. We'll do it again, same time on Wednesday. WIN's day.
No, no.
Yep.
just-
Yep, same
There it
time
is.
Wednesday. We'll do it.